want to say thank you guys for coming back to another beautiful episode. I have a beautiful, amazing woman here, Lina, today. And she's going to be showing us the most, I would say, underrated, the most slept on thing, and that is water. Because we all read these labels and we see that they're alkaline, that this and that. And I want to say thank you personally for coming into my life. And it was crazy how it happened. But you really opened my eyes in a lot of things and a lot of situations that usually I'd be drinking these waters and be drinking these things that say they're alkaline, but they're really not. And you really open these doors and these pathways to show people what is really in their water, show them what they're drinking is actually toxic, and showing them that, everything that you see isn't really what you're getting. So you want to go ahead and introduce to the people a little bit about yourself, your name, where you come from, a little bit of your origins, and what you do.
Okay. My name is Lina Esquibel, and I'm originally from Southern California. I currently live in Indiana, in Goshen, Indiana. I work in a factory, but I've always said, I want to do something more. I've always had that calling of, I have this purpose, and I never knew what it was. I didn't understand until recently, what sparked with my cousin passing away and me going on this health journey. And my cousin in California, she has this machine. It's a medical grade water machine. And she introduced me to it. And she's like, you got to check it out. And I was like, at first, I don't know about, it's probably just a filter, everybody else thinks. But as I started doing my research more and more for a year, I was like, okay, this is it. And I was listening to some people on a podcast that are very well known, and I was like, wow, this is real,
Definitely.
And knowing that our body is obviously 75% water, our bones, our organs, our brain, everything is
100%.
water. So I said, okay, let me go ahead and invest, because it's an investment that you're
100%.
making into your health, and let me go ahead and do this. And when I seen the business side of it, I said, it makes even more sense,
100%.
and I decided to go into the unknown kind of,
That's awesome.
And it's been going really good. And I'm just, that's my passion. That's my passion that's my purpose, to make people aware of what we're putting in our body.
Now that is absolutely amazing. I love that, you found your purpose, one, but two, it's bringing awareness to so many families in need and help, so many people. And it's just it's crazy when you're on your journey. I've always been a water geek. So I've always looked into waters, and it was very hard to find things that were actually good for you in water. And it was the more I looked, the more rabbit hole I got sunk into, that it was this is acidic. You're washing your fruits with acidic. So then I'm like, okay, basically just don't drink water and don't eat. I didn't know what to do. And then I started reading this water, and I seen this a couple times, and I seen it online, and it was a little expensive, but I'm like, okay, maybe I'll try it one day. And then you inboxed me one day, and you're like, hey, have you tried this water? Have you seen this water? And I was just it was crazy to me that I was like, yeah, I've heard of that water. They use it in, please correct me if I'm wrong, but they use it in the Asian culture in the hospitals, correct?
Japan, yes.
Yeah, and that's what really drew me in, and it was just wow, if they're using these in hospitals and they're using this as actual medical grade help and healing for people, this has to work. This has to be true. So then actually you were like, I'd be willing to come out and give you some and let you try it and this and that. And it's been literally a transition 360 for myself and my family. And I can tell the little things my daughter, actually, she's been drinking more water, which is amazing.
Yeah.
The little things my wife, anytime we get the purified water, she's like, it's always dry. It's you can taste a little chemically. And then I noticed the more I drink this water, the more chemicals and the more things I taste on the other water. So then at that point, I was just really sold. I was just all right, you have everything you need from me. What do you need? How do I get this more water? So what are some of the key factors in this water that are more beneficial than all these other lineups that we got here?
Well, this water, there's a difference between alkalized and alkaline. This is alkaline, this is alkalized, ionized water, which basically the way the machine works is that it has a universal filter, so it does take out the chlorine and chemicals that your body obviously, or the water, the city water has. You know, it's hooked up, very, very easy hookup. It has 8 platinum plates, so it electrically charges the water,
That's
which
awesome.
is amazing because we are water and electricity, literally. Right. And so what makes it different is that it has no chemicals in it.
That's awesome.
And I'm going to test it right now so you guys can see. Unfortunately, these bottles, are very acidic, you know, and that's like the way when I think about acidic and oxidation is like a rusted pipe. And that's what we're doing to the inside of our body. We're rusting our insides, and we're aging faster when we drink these drinks. So
100%.
Obviously we can't stop aging, but we can slow it down.
2 key factors I want to point out to people is water has memory. And with that memory, it will ripple effect on how it affects your body and how it actually deteriorates or makes your body go worse. So these things are not good for you because they say that they're 8.8 pH, but really they're either throwing in some chemicals like baking soda,
baking soda.
Because it's alkaline. They're throwing in different chemicals in there to fake their alkalinity.
Yeah.
And is this water, I have a question, is this water hydrogen infused or no?
Yeah, so it basically like splits the hydrogen and the oxygen.
Okay.
So when it runs through the plates, it's shocking it and it's dividing the hydrogen and the oxygen. That's why on my Facebook and my Instagram and all that, I show like when I'm literally pouring it in the cup, you know, I'm getting it directly from the source. You can see the bubbles. It's so cloudy.
Exactly.
And that is what we need. I mean, hydrogen is the highest element of the universe.
So my wife she like shook the bottle. She's like, babe, I don't know if this water's any good. She's like, you know, see all these bubbles and stuff. I said, babe, it's hydrogen infused. You know, that's how the water comes.
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't know. I'm like, you ain't gotta drink it. I'll drink it.
It's literally like, if I were to drop a gallon, I'm glad she did that because it's gas, you know? If I were to drop a gallon bought from the store, it's not going to bust.
Right.
You know? If I drop one of these gallons, it literally busts open.
Oh,
like
wow.
it's
all the gas
in it. So I'm like really careful. Like I sometimes put seatbelts on my water.
That's my camera. That's hilarious. You got to protect the babies.
Yeah, and I like cover them, you know, and so yeah, it's amazing what it does, the machine, and how me personally drinking it for 2 months already, I've noticed a lot of things like my urine, my bowel, like my energy, my focus, my clarity, like it's all the way around.
All the way around.
And you know, like you said, the water holds memory. You know, and that's just amazing to me how water works.
Dude, that's awesome. I love that. So let's go ahead and give these people a pure demonstration here, hands on. I love it. She came so prepared. She came to the table, the water. She was ready. We're going to show these people what they're drinking and how acidic and how bad it is for them. So we got a couple demonstrations here today, and we got your pH dropper, correct?
Yes.
And let's do this. I'm excited.
So I want to start with mine.
All right, awesome. Is it okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
Other ones?
And just for about that much is good. Yeah, so it's awesome. I love it. A lot of people, I guess I didn't realize. I mean, I knew that there was a lot of people that were sick, but I wasn't really drawn to them until like now that I'm doing this water and I'm giving the water away and people are trying it and I'm sending them all the benefits, because the machine isn't just like it's not just to drink. It works 100 different ways.
Yeah, I know. They were saying laundry detergent, you know, cleaning your food, facial cleanser, all these different things, and it's absolutely amazing.
Because it produces, I believe, seven different levels of pH. So it produces like a 2.5, 6.0, 7.0, 9.5, 9.0, 8.5. So the total pH is a 14.0 that it produces. Excuse me. And so it's amazing, like what it's not just you're investing in one thing, but you're gonna, in the long run, you're gonna save, because you're not gonna buy bleach, which is another chemical, you know, that we're inhaling, we're smelling it.
Putting it on our skins directly
to our bodies. And laundry detergent, I mean, it's bad enough. Like laundry detergent, I don't know if you know, it like messes up your washers and stuff, like Downy and all that. It messes up your washers. So
especially fabric softeners.
So it's interesting how this machine can do all that. And I'm just excited to share with everybody.
And the crazy thing is I would be drinking these waters. Like if we were at a gas station or something, these are the two waters I'm going to.
Yeah.
So like,
oh, and man. I stopped at the gas station this morning, and I was like, well, let me see if they have Essentia. They didn't even have Essentia anymore. They had this one. So I don't know if it's just the gas station or what, but I was just like, oh, and I was like, let me pick up this one.
That's so funny. And then I seen her pull this water out, and it's like, that would I would drink? She's like, yeah, it's acidic. It's acidic. So I was just like,
I actually went to one of my friend's house the other day, and she's like, yeah, we get water delivered here. I'm not gonna say names, but she's like, we get water delivered here every, like, I think she said week or every month or something. And I had told her, I was like, well, let me come over and test it. So I went over there and I tested it. Immediately it turned bright, like an orange, yellow, and then it like went to like a green. And I was like, what the heck? Like, you're paying for this water.
Yeah. And it's expensive too. It's not cheap. And then they want to put the machines in your house. And you buy salt, buy this, do that. And it's like, after all these funds and finances monthly, it adds up. And you know, to have a machine that you can call yours, that you can be able to benefit yourself, your family, your friends, be able to clean your vegetables and fruits the right way, and not be adding these chemicals, chlorine and all these things, by washing them in the sink and stuff like that. So that's amazing.
Yeah, so let me go ahead and put some pH drops here, and then as you guys can see, so that is what it's supposed to look like, right? This is the highest pH. 9.5 is in this bottle. You see how that turned orange, and then it turned some blue, orange, and then it went to like green.
Yeah.
And that's just straight acidic. But I want to show you something, because this is, you know, it turned a little bit, you know.
It's trying.
It's trying, but we're gonna try something.
Test it real quick. And what this is doing is breaking down all the chemicals and the things that they are adding into there, and it's showing them that they're actually fake. And you see how it went from a blue to now it's
green, and it's about to turn yellow.
Oh my goodness.
Like, it's magic! And then you seen I was blowing at both of them at the same time. So. Yeah, it's pretty interesting how it works.
Wow.
Now,
you guys see what we're putting in our bodies right here? This is crazy.
It's acidic. You know, we're paying, you know, $3-4 for these bottles.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, everybody drinks water. We have to.
Right.
You know, I mean, that's just what our body, when we don't drink water, and the right water, our body starts to leach from our bones. And like take, you know, nutrients and stuff like from our bones, from our organs, and that's why we have like cancer, we have, you know, diabetes. 1 in every 3 Hispanic and African Americans have diabetes.
Wow, I didn't know that. That's a good fact. And you know, that's probably why, one of the reasons why is because as being African American and Latino, our diets reflect that. You know what I mean? We're always going for the pork, the pozole, the this, the that. And you know, it tastes good, the soul food. It tastes amazing, but we have to remember we have to take care of our bodies at that time, in a portion amount is good, okay, you know, to have it every now and then. But we really have to be replenishing our water, our bodies, with this alkaline water. And a lot of us are going to the Sprites, going to the Cokes. And I was telling her, like, before we got on, is the awareness is really what has helped me, is that seeing how many people go to Coke, Sprite, these acidic things, and I'm like, then you wonder why you're having bladder problems. You wonder why you're having skin irritation issues. It's all because you'd rather go to this instead of investing your money into this. And to be honest, the way they do things is, as much as you're spending on this a month, you could be transforming this and turning it into this. And, you know, that's one thing I love that you guys are bringing awareness to the Midwest. I want you guys to definitely try to reach out to her. She's been going crazy. How much, I've been seeing your posts on how much water you've been passing out. How much on a daily, if not a weekly basis, are you passing out? Because every day I see like 10 to 15 posts. I see like 30 gallons. I see her clearing out Meyer with all the gallons. And I'm like, what's going on?
So our company had a challenge, and, you know, they wanted us to share water. Because at first, when I first got my machine, you know, I was drinking the water. I wanted to know that it was, you know, before I even introduced it to anybody else, you know, I want to make sure that I'm, you know, drinking it and that it's changing me.
100%.
And so when they said, okay, you know, it's time to do this challenge, I said, okay. And then I went out there and I, you know, money's tight for me, you know, because I'm not working like on my factory job like I should be. But, you know, I have a lot of faith.
Right.
And I'm going to do the works.
And that's awesome.
Yeah, and it says in the Bible, you know, faith without works is pointless.
100%.
So we can have faith, but we're not doing the footwork, then.
And I'm so glad you said that, because this is a spread that positivity, that give that hope to that person, that, you know, it's good to hear from somebody else, is that taking that leap of faith. You know, I'm a full-time entrepreneur, and, you know, I don't get checks every Friday. But I'll tell you, working for myself and making sure that those checks come in when they do come in, I grace them so much more. I'm thankful so much more. And God continues to bring them my way. So I'm just super happy about that.
Yeah.
Super glad you said that.
So I did the challenge, and in 1 week, I shared 277 gallons.
Wow.
Yeah.
1 week.
1 week.
277
Yeah, so
gallons.
I think by now I probably hit the 400 mark.
Wow. And see, that just shows that you're putting in the footwork, you're doing your due diligence, you're spreading the awareness, giving so many families and stuff the water that they really need. So thank you. I just really want to say thank you, because I don't think you understand how much that this impacts our community. This impacts our lives, our families on a day-to-day basis, because every day, and like I said before, we just go directly to these bottles and things like this, and they don't have this in the gas station.
No.
They don't have this on the shelves everywhere. And to be honest, I've never seen it in the store. So, you know, these are things that people need to hear. People need to see clearly that they are not good for you. I will be putting up a scale on the pH system on the bottom of this, so you guys can really tell what's alkaline and what's not. And you guys see she was running the test on all the same ones. So, you know, I just really am glad that you're opening awareness and opening, you know, this to the world. So.
Yes. I just wanted to add that I started doing a fasting because I'm learning a lot with my mentor and my coach, and she, you know, she challenged me. She's like, let's do a fasting, and I said, okay, I'm up for it. I never really I went hours without eating, but never really thought I'm gonna fast.
Right.
So I'm doing a 20-hour, 4 hours eat. So 20 hours I'm able to fast, drink nothing but water, and eat only for 4 hours. I did it for 5 days, and I noticed such a difference in my body. And I stopped, and now I'm doing it again. The reason I feel that I'm able to do that is because the water has natural minerals that our body needs. So it has the sodium, the potassium, the magnesium, all the natural minerals that our body needs, versus the other ones, it's dead water. That's what we call it. It's dead water. It's been sitting in these bottled waters for maybe a year.
Yeah,
and
plus.
It's leaching, the chemicals into the water, and then we're drinking that. So this machine, excuse me, is so amazing because it's like we're eliminating, our carbon footprint
100%.
in the world, because there's billions
100%.
of plastic bottles being thrown away, and it's sad. It's like I see all these photos and I'm like, oh my God, what are we doing to the environment? We're killing it.
No,
we're killing it.
100% true. I'm so glad that you're bringing that fasting, because I think this is going to be a big stepping stone for our people that are trying to be health conscious on their holistic journey. And it really intertwines, whether it be meditating, fasting, working out, all these things intertwines that you need to come back to good water. And I'll tell you a little bit about my first fasting journey, and it was, at first it was a little hard, and the thing was I didn't have the water to benefit from. So it was a little hard, and then I started interacting and learning that, you know, the headaches that we get aren't actually from hunger headaches, they're actually from sugar decline headaches, which is your body's addictiveness, and it's saying, I need sugar. And that's really what your brain is telling you. That's why you get those hunger headaches. It's really you're addicted to sugar.
Yeah.
And what it is after you break down your body to the point to where you are in control of it and it's not in control of you, meaning that, oh my God, my stomach hurts, I need to eat some food, I need to do this. Drink some water and let your body replenish itself. Let it go into a detox mode so that it can let go of all those unwanted pathogens, unwanted things that are in our body.
Yes.
It made me open my eyes so much more to not only what I was eating, to when I was eating and how I was eating.
Yeah.
And it gave me so much energy. Through the day, this was my routine. Through the day, I would only eat very light things, maybe like peanuts. I would eat very light, very light. Nothing like a whole meal. Maybe bananas, fruits, salad. And then around like 7 or 8, I would have one full meal, one big meal. But I noticed after having that one big meal every single time, my body would go into like a very droggy mode because of the digestion. Everything takes a long. So then you start really noticing your body and what you eat, you really become. Whether it be, okay, instead of this healthy oatmeal, let me eat this chocolate chip cookie. After I eat this chocolate chip cookie, I feel like crap.
Yeah, sluggish.
Sluggish. My brain's foggy, this and that. But then I go eat the oatmeal or do something like that, and I felt so much better. Then I started really connecting myself with the food and what I was eating and what I was intaking. That's what really hit the switch for me was the fasting, was because then I knew that, okay, so why is it that I have all this energy throughout the day, but as soon as I go to eat at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, my body's breaking down. I'm slowing down. I'm sluggish. I'm tired. I'm ready for bed after that. So that's a really big key factor that I want to point out to you guys, is that, you know, fasting is really good. Making sure you're hydrated on the right water is absolutely amazing. Make sure you guys please get in touch with Lina. She is an amazing person that will give you all the aspects and more of how it can benefit you, how she can benefit you by letting you taste the water and making sure you're getting the right product, and all the other aspects of how it can save you money at the end of the day. And it's crazy. What really blows my mind is that a lot of the things that are banned in other countries, we allow here, which is like BHT, BTH, all these additives that make your food last longer, which are not good for you because they're toxins going into the body. All these things that are banned in other countries, but we're still giving them to our consumers. And we're wondering why we're obese, why we have leading heart rate issues, leading cancer issues. And it's because they're not spreading prevention, they're spreading prolongtivity so that they can get you more medication, in and out the hospital more. They're not showing you this water because they don't want to give you the cure. They don't want to show you guys the way that you don't have to come back to the hospital. They want you to keep being that residual income. Go ahead and keep giving us that money, keep giving us that medication
and
money.
never be able to retire because you're on these meds and you need this insurance, and it's really, really, really sad. And I just this business and this water, I mean, it's in so many countries, and it's, you can, if you do the business aspect of it, you can travel with it, what I mean? Definitely. It's like, I'm going to go to Mexico and I'm going to take the machine with me.
Oh, that's awesome.
Like I'm going to pack it up, I'm going to put it through, TSA and take my water with me, and they're not going to tell me nothing because I have a medical grade water certificate saying that it's medical grade and that I need this. This is my, it's like medicine.
No, 100%.
And so they can't deny you.
That's awesome.
There's so many people that put videos out already that, you know, they're walking through TSA with their jugs of water and they cannot say nothing because there's a certificate.
That is absolutely amazing. That's awesome. And I'm glad you spread the business part too. Is that if you guys want to go ahead and get joined, please tap in with her. That she can get you on the business plan so that they can get you in the right steps to making this your job, your business, so you can spread the awareness and spread the love. And I knew as soon as they told me about the situation, I was all on board. Like, come on, let's go make some reels. Let's go do some stuff. Let's spread the awareness.
Yeah, and especially because it's a business that's already been an established business. You know, it takes like what, $35,000 to maybe $25,000 to $35,000 sometimes to get your own business going. Like as far as like maybe food in the food industry, or you know, a location. To have a location. This business is already established. It's been established for 50 years, you know. And the way they're paying out people, they rather give us the money than advertising it on, you know, paying the Kardashians. You know? The Kardashians bought 7 machines and 7 units for their showers, because there's a shower one as well.
Oh, there's a shower.
Yeah, there's a shower because our body is the biggest organ. Right. So everything, that's why they tell us to take showers with cold water, because when we take showers with hot water, it opens up our pores and that water gets into our body easier.
I'm glad you said that. That's awesome. I didn't know that there was a shower one.
Yeah, there's a shower unit as well.
That is awesome, man. Spreading the knowledge of power. I love it. Absolutely love it. You want to go ahead and tell these people how they can get a hold of you?
Yes. You can go on Facebook. My name is Lina Esquibel. And on Instagram, it's Lina Esquibel Fuego.
Awesome, man. I thank you so much for coming on the show. It was absolutely amazing. Thank you.